Hi, my name is Tim Selden. I'm the president of the Montessori Foundation in the United States. I work as a global Montessori consultant, teacher, educator, speaker, author around the world. I'm the son of a founder of a Montessori school in Washington, D.C. I attended that school from age 1 through the 12th grade. That's the Barry School, which is still going strong today. The Montessori education movement is worldwide. There are more than 24,000 Montessori schools today that we know of. It's been around now since 1907. And what it is an approach to designing educational programs from infancy through high school, and really university as well, that are based on what we know about the way children learn best, from brain research, from studies in psychology, and from common sense. Many people around the world say, whether they're marketers or attorneys or doctors, it was only when I finished university that I began to really understand what I studied. The idea of Montessori is we design education around the child. We know that children are different at different stages of development, that there are predictable patterns. Our goal as a movement is to create not simply a philosophy and not a cookbook approach, but a scientifically valid approach that follows the child, that says every single child is a universe of one. We can make predictions about what children at a certain stage of development are probably going to be interested in through lots and lots of observation, research, study, the work that is done by brain research and by child psychology and developmental specialists. For the last 200 years, we've been organizing schools on a kind of a industrial factory model. They're designed largely to teach people to obey, to do what they're told, and to pass whatever are the government standards. On the other hand, they don't necessarily encourage innovation or thinking outside of the box. They teach kids to do what they're told, when they're told to do it, and to believe what they're told to believe. And what we're trying to do is to teach children to ask, how do I know this is true? And this is not about politics. This is about, how do you know that when I add fractions, that what I'm doing makes sense? How am I going to use it in the world? Who invented this? Children learn by doing, they learn from stories, they learn by observing adults, and they had the experience of knowing that their work was meaningful. We're trying to look at children from a point of view of how their bodies are changing, how their brains are developing, how they respond to the culture in which they're growing, because let's face it, we are largely shaped by our experience. So the brain, just to be human, is born with potentialities, tendencies, if you will. If a child is born in Korea and transported, let's say, to here in Georgia, they'll grow up speaking your language, they'll grow up knowing your culture, and they'll be different than they would have been had they grown up in the family they were in Korea. The brain develops by interacting with the environment. The potential is there. So the idea of Montessori at every age level is to first off assume that children are capable of amazing things. Do what you want, my son, my daughter. I hope you learn to read. I hope you learn to earn a living. That's not what we're saying. What we are saying, though, is that it works best to bring children into the adult community as apprentices, recognizing that the young apprentice at 3 is different than the way she will be at 5. It's different than the way she'll be at 12. It's different than the way she'll be at 15. In other words, as they grow, we know that our goal is to teach them how to do it for themselves, how to believe in themselves. And our goal as a movement is to help children fulfill their highest potential as human beings, let's help them learn that it's okay to do things that sometimes you would prefer not to do, but not do it because I'll punish you if you don't, or because you should love it when you don't love it, but the idea that you can do difficult things, that we all have to make our beds, we all have to clean up after ourselves. We're all capable of being part of the adult community, and that's our goal, is to help them join us as adults in the community.